A very charming and pleasant good morning to respected CBSE members, Honorable Principal Ma'am. It's me Palak Panta from Class 11th E, Humanities Stream, and I'm going to tell you a story on the topic of nationalism, the flag and the fire. Once upon a time, in a small village nested between green hills and winding river, there lived a young boy named Arif. Every morning as he walked to his school, he passed by an old flagpole in the village square. The flag fluttered there, sometimes bright and proud, sometimes faded by the rain. And though Arif saw it every day, but he never truly looked at it. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, news arrived that the border town nearby had been attacked. Soldiers were marching, families were worried, and fear spread like a wildfire. The villagers gathered around the flagpole, whispering and worry. That night, Arif watched his father, a quiet farmer, walk up to the pool, take his worn cap, and stare at the flag with tears in his eyes. "Why do you cry, Papa?" Arif asked. Father placed a rough hand on his shoulder and said, "Because the flag isn't just a piece of cloth, my son. It's the story of everyone who ever gave up their tomorrow of our today." The next morning, the soldier came back to the village. The air was thick with dust, fear, and determination. The old flag had been torn by the wind overnight. Without a word, Arif's father asked, "Climb the pool." नहीं गलत हो गया. It's the story of everyone who ever gave up their tomorrow for our today. The next morning, the soldier came back to the village. The air was thick with dust, fear, and determination. The old flag had been torn by the wind overnight. Without a word, Arif's father climbed the pole, tied the torn edges together, and raised it again. It was just a flag, yet it burned brighter than any flame. Days passed. The fire of conflict raged on. The villager helped the wounded, and the whispered prayer beneath the same flag. To Arif, the flag no longer looked lifeless. It seemed to be breath. Each fold carried the warmth of sacrifice. Each color held the echo of the courage. And when the finally war ended, the people returned not with victory parades, but with the silence, the heavy silence of loss and pride mixed together. This flag is not just a cloth. It is the flame that burns in every heartbeat that dares love its land. Nationalism is not a blind pride. It is the quiet fire that unites us, the shared heartbeat of a people who dream, struggle, and rise together. The flag is the symbol, but the love, the sacrifice, the unity live within us. Thank you. Jai Hind. But the flag still floated above them, like the spirit of the people who had seen the fire and survived it. Years later, when Arif grew up and still stood beneath that same flag, now renewed and shining, and told his children the same words of his father